Conclusively stop wake timers from waking Windows 10 desktop. How do you stop a Windows 10 desktop waking up from the sleeping/hibernated power state without user intervention? For lots of users this won't be an issue, but if you sleep in the same room as your PC, then having your machine wake up at 3:30 AM to download updates is irritating.
Summary. April 2022, I have made a new PowerShell script that will disable Windows scheduled tasks to wake a device automatically. Use it alongside the other parts of this guide. Download it at this URL. There are a number of things that can affect this. I'm aware there are posts all over the site detailing various different ways to approach the issue. This post aims to consolidate them and add my own insight into the issue as someone affected by it themselves. The fix outlined in Step 2 can also be used to stop Windows 10 from rebooting the machine after installing Windows updates. This fix works for the fall update, 1709, as well. You will need to disable the reboot task again and reconfigure the security permissions, though, because the update process replaces it. Step 1. Disable wake timers for all power profiles. Lazy tech bloggers would have you believe this is the end of your search. While it's true that this step will eliminate a few errant shutdowns, there are a number of settings and configurations, particularly in Windows 10, that fail to respect the setting regardless of user intervention. Go to the Control Panel Power Options. From here, pick whatever power profile is first on the list and disable wake timers. Work through all profiles. Thanks to Stack Exchange user Oli22 for the image. On Windows 10, it is strongly recommended you fix this setting for all power profiles, not just the one you have chosen to use. Various Windows faculties will use different profiles. This improves your chances of not being woken up. Step 2. Disable the unruly reboot schedule task. Windows 10's Update Orchestrator Schedule task folder contains a task called Reboot. This task will wake your computer up to install updates regardless of whether or not any are available. Simply removing its permission to wake the computer is not sufficient. Windows will just edit it to give itself permission again after you leave the task scheduler. From your control panel, enter Administrative Tools, then view your task scheduler. This is the task you want, under Task Scheduler Library Microsoft Windows Update Orchestrator. The most important things you want to do are: from here, you will need to alter the permissions for the task so that Windows cannot molest it. The task is located in c:\system32\tasks\Microsoft\Windows\Update Orchestrator. It's called Reboot without a file extension. Right-click it, enter Properties and make yourself the owner. Finally, configure it so that the following is shown. Here the file is shown with read-only permissions for system. Make it so that no account has write access, not even your own. You can always change permissions later if you need to. Please also ensure you disable any inherited permissions for the file from the Advanced button on this screen, to override any existing permissions on the root folder. This will 100% stop Windows from messing with your changes after you've implemented them. Once this has been set, you won't need to worry about that scheduled task anymore. If you don't have the permissions to alter Update Orchestrator tasks, altering the Update Orchestrator's tasks now requires system permissions, neither administrator nor trust installer permissions. One of the ways of going around this is by installing Microsoft's own tools, opening Command Prompt as an administrator and CD into your local tools folder, executing, going to the Update Orchestrator and disabling the reboot tasks, as previously mentioned. Note for Windows 1709, Fall Creators Update. The Windows installation process changes permissions for files, so make sure you go through this guide again after upgrading. I have heard reports that a new task is made called AC Power Install, which requires the same steps applied to it, but I have not seen this task produced on my own device after installing the 16299.192, 2018-01 Meltdown patch update, so I cannot advise with absolute certainty. The same steps as performed above should work on any task that has been introduced. Step 3. Check wake timers in PowerShell. You have disabled wake timer functionality, but Windows 10 has a habit of not respecting that setting, so to be safe, we're going to run a PowerShell command to weed out all tasks that can, feasibly, wake your PC. Open an administrative PowerShell command prompt, start, type PowerShell, Ctrl+Shift+Enter, and place this command in the window. Go through all the tasks it lists and remove their permission to wake your computer. You shouldn't need to worry about permissions like we did with Reboot, that was an outlying case. Step 4. Check what hardware can wake your PC. Lots of USB hardware, when engaged, has the ability to wake your PC. Keyboards often do when keys are pressed, for example. Wakeonlan is typically also an issue in this scenario. For the uninitiated, a common and useful feature of modern hardware is called wakeonlan. If your device is attached to a local network by way of a wired Ethernet cable, it doesn't work for Wi-Fi. You can send communications through that will wake your PC up when received. It's a feature I use often, but it must be brought into line, as its default behavior is far too overzealous. Enter the following command into an administrative command prompt. From here, find the devices in your Device Manager, Control Panel, and, under the Power Management tab, remove their ability to wake your computer up. If you have network interface cards that you want to keep wakeonlan for, enable only wake this device if it receives a magic packet as opposed to waking up for all traffic sent its way. Step 5. Check the group policy just to be completely sure. Right-click your Start menu and select Run. Type in godit.msc. Find the following setting under Computer Configuration Administrative Templates Windows Components Windows Updates enabling Windows Update Power Management to automatically wake up the system to install scheduled updates. Double-click it and set it to Disabled. Step 6. Disable waking your machine up for automatic maintenance. Someone at Microsoft has a sense of humor for this one. If you're woken at night by your PC, the one thing you want to hear more than anything else is the hard drive crunching and grinding as it does a nightly defragmentation. Disable this feature by finding the Security and Maintenance section of the Control Panel. From there, expand Maintenance and look for the link to change maintenance settings. Set the time to something more sociable, 7 p.m. is fine, and disable the machine's ability to wake itself up for the task.
I now use this script to conclusively stop wake timers from waking Windows 10 desktop. As you can see, it more or less addresses all of the steps mentioned in this answer except for the scheduled task file permissions. However, since I intend to silently run this script upon every unlock/logon, I hope this will not be a problem at all.
I found the other answer incredibly helpful, and would just comment if I could, but I wanted to contribute a piece of software I quickly wrote to help with steps 3 and 4 found here. This URL. Hopefully it's of some use to some people. You may see this pop up and have to click more info and then run anyway. If you're not sure about it, feel free to check the source code, it is on GitHub after all.